I am hoping the next video I film will be back in front of my usual area, so I will not feel so awkward. Apparently, the filming in front of a different area makes me feel more awkward. Who knew? Hey everyone, it's Aradna. You might notice my background's a little different. Our guests are back, and well, I needed to film this before they left because it is the end of July as I film this, and while in June I read only one book, so I didn't do a wrap-up post. This month I read a couple more, not much more, but a couple more, and I got some new books, so I thought I'd do a little bit of a haul and wrap-up. It's not a big haul, it's not a big wrap-up, but after 6 months of keeping myself from buying any books, this month I got a few. Half of these books in this haul I picked up, I bought, and the other half, well, I got from outside. And well, let's start off with the haul first, right? This is my first haul video on this channel. I've never done a haul before on this channel or at all, so wish me luck. It's not a huge haul. There are about 6 new books I got this month. Technically this first one I think reached in June, but I wasn't here. I didn't open it until July, so thank you, Scholastic. I got the Arc of My Fate According to the Butterfly. I did not expect to get this at all. Scholastic sent it to me unprompted on whatever. I think it is thanks to Shealea's Asian book blogger directory. So thank you, Shealea, as well. I am currently about a third of the way through it. I started this for the reading rush, failed miserably. I fell sick during the reading rush. I am still sick. I don't know if you can tell, my voice is half gone, so I might sound a little different today. But yeah, I am enjoying this book. I had hoped to finish it in 2 days. That didn't work out, but I'm still reading it, and I'm hoping it to be done within the first few days of August. The second book I got this month, The Good Thieves by Katherine Rundell. This was sent to me by Pansing. This is a middle grade heist novel. A middle grade heist novel. That's like my brand. I will talk about this in my wrap-up. The third book I got, this one I won a Twitter giveaway hosted by SK Ali. I think a number of people won the giveaway. She was giving it to a few people. I got to choose which books I wanted from a selection, and this has been on my TBR for very long and I cannot wait to read it. City of Brass. I've heard so many good things about this, and this probably should intimidate me a little, but mostly I'm just like, the sooner I finish this, the sooner I can go and buy the next book. Now the next 3 books I bought for myself. There's been book sales going on, and all of these books have not been on sale. I think only 1 out of the 3 that I picked up was on pretty decent sale, but I couldn't resist. It's been 6 months, you guys. The last books I ordered were in Jan. 2 of them were pre-orders that still haven't reached me, and before I go back on a book buying ban, which I am planning to, I might pre-order a poetry book by a Sikh debut poet, and I might order a local book box. I am seeing my budget and trying to figure out what I can do. But yeah, okay, so the first book I bought in about 6 months, An Ember of the Ashes. The only reason I didn't buy the other 2 at the same time, well, the only 2 reasons I didn't buy the other 2 at the same time was the fact that the sequel was not there available at the shop. The third book was, but I didn't want to get book 1 and book 3 without getting book 2. And when I mentioned to my husband that if book 2 were there, I would have gotten all three. He looked at me very judgingly. We do need to see our budget and buy books. So I am hoping to get books 2 and 3 within the next few months, maybe in October. I'm probably going to break my book buying ban in October again because that is my birthday month and you only turn 29 once. The next 2 books I bought together because if I had bought one book, the other one was 20% off, and the one book I bought was also on sale. So this has been on my TBR for a while. This is Written in the Stars. I know this one's gonna like rip my heart out of my chest, but I'm looking forward to it. This one was on sale. I don't know if you can see the book, the price tag, but yeah, it was on sale and I couldn't resist. And then this was 20% off because I bought the first book and I tweeted it. I don't know if you saw, I was asking which V.E. Schwab book I should start with, and somebody recommended Vicious, which wasn't there. And then that same person said that if you're starting V.E. Schwab, you might want to start with A Darker Shade of Magic. So I've heard good things about V.E. Schwab's writing. I've heard good things about the series, and I do not think I will be starting these books yet, but soon. I am very excited and I cannot wait. Okay, that is my haul done. Yes, that was just 6 books, but it's 6 new books after a long time of restraining myself from buying books and asking for a lot of books from Pansing. So I'm not counting library books in this haul because I have started listening to audiobooks, so those are books, well, those are not counted basically. And now for my wrap up. This month I finished 3 books. That's not a lot because my reading rush failed so bad. I had hoped to finish another 2 books during reading rush, but that did not work out. Falling sick sort of just does not let me focus on books, and yeah, so now it looks like 2 of the 3 books I was planning to read on reading rush I will be reading in August. One of them was a reread, so I'm taking that off my TBR, and that's just, yeah, let's see. The first book I finished in July. I had started in June but didn't get a chance to finish until early July. This is Wilder Girls by Rory. I got an ARC from Pansing in May, I think. Only just got around to reading it. This genre is not usually something I enjoy, but I could not put this book down. I will not be rereading it, but it was really compelling. It's just not my thing, but if you're into dystopia, horror type of things, read a lot of reviews, find out whether this is your thing, but the writing is amazing. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars, even though I know this is not my genre. I can acknowledge that the writing was amazing. I could not put the book down. Even, yes, I was like cringing through a lot of the book, but I could not put it down. The next book I finished this month was Hunted by Meagan Spooner. I borrowed this from the Singapore Library audiobook files. This was the first audiobook I've ever read. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I think the audiobook added to the atmosphere of the story, and I really enjoy fairy tale retellings. If you've seen my blog, you would know I love fairy tale retellings. I can read almost all of them. I mean, I appreciate when they give the usual fairy tales a twist instead of, you know, just copy and pasting the Disney version or the Grimm Brothers version whole scale and just changing some names and changing the location. So this one gave it a bit of a twist. It was interesting. It added some Russian elements to it, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. I like Meagan Spooner's writing. I've enjoyed her writing since I read the Starbound trilogy, and then I read her earlier trilogy. So I am going to keep reading her writing. I hope she does more fairy tale retellings. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on Sherwood soon. And the last book I finished this month The Good Thieves by Katherine Rundell. I gave this one, I think I gave it 4 out of 5. Middle grade heist novel. I adore heist stories, and this one really worked. It gave me a lot of Leverage vibes, and Leverage is my favorite TV show. I can rewatch that so much. And this one took Leverage to the 1950s, 1940s. I don't know if it's before the World War or after World War II, but it was well written, the characters were intriguing, you see the plots coming together, there's some threads that are there and not as obvious as you might think. I think I picked up on a few because of my love for Leverage, and expected a few things again because of my love for Leverage, but it all worked. Like, even though I expected some of it was still like how it happened, how it unfolded. I want to talk about this book so bad, but I don't want to spoil it for everyone because of the way it unfolds. It is, in the end of the day, a heist novel, a bit of a mystery, a bit, you don't want to give away the puzzle to anybody. Would highly recommend if you like middle grade contemporary books that have a bit of mystery, have very compelling characters. The main character, Vita, is disabled. Two of the characters are children of circus people. Highly recommend. I loved this book. I did not expect to love it as much as I did. I'm definitely going to be rereading this a few times, probably over the next few years. I'm going to be looking for more of Katherine Rundell's books, hoping she writes more heist things. We'll see. So that was my July haul and wrap up. Not so many books as probably a lot of people, but for me it worked. It was a better reading month than June, that's for sure, and it's giving me a lot of excitement for my August reading. I am currently reading My Fate According to the Butterfly, like I mentioned earlier, and I am listening to The Bone Witch by Chupeco, which I'm about a quarter of the way through and I am loving, but again, because I've been sick, I haven't been going out much, so I don't have much time to listen to it. I don't listen to it when I'm at home because with my daughter it's a bit hard to focus. But yeah, August, those two are at the top of my list, and then there are a couple of other things that I am adding to my list. I have an arc to finish up for a blog tour, and yeah. What does your August TBR look like? What was your July wrap-up like? Link me to anything you might have, any wrap-ups you might have, and I will see you in my next video. Like if you liked, subscribe, and all of that thing. Until next time, bye!